Good evening, everyone. We're doing a catch up and connect today. So, hope everyone's well. There's lots of things been going on. And if you know someone who wouldn't mind joining the catch up and connect this evening, let them know we are on, we are live. And hi, Joanne, welcome. And we're doing a catch up and connect this evening. And to just everyone coming into the community, you can share your journey, you can ask questions. Yeah, and we're just connecting this evening because we haven't done one of these for quite some time actually. So I thought we'd do one this evening, and we're also doing another one on Thursday because we have a guest speaker on Sunday. So that's what we're going to be doing. Our guest speaker is Ezra, the voice of reason, and he's going to be talking about mindset and motivation. So I'm really looking forward to that on Sunday. But yeah, hope everyone's well. And, if you do have anyone that would like to come along and just catch up and connect, I've got any questions around the menopause, or who want to share their story, in particular want to share their story, we do have a Speak Your Truth segment. So, you can feel free to join that if you wish. You don't have to come up and speak your truth, but you can just ask questions. Hi, Just Empress, how are you? Just Empress, how are you? Good. I wasn't sure if you was going to join us this evening. But yeah, we're just having a catch up and connect this evening. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Yes, so catch up and connect. So the Menopause Wellness community, we have our menopause... Oh, you thought it was Monday? We get days like this, right? We get days like this. Sometimes I totally forget what day of the week it is, not sure. But yeah, we get days like this, absolutely. It's okay. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday, but it's fine. It is absolutely fine. But how is everyone doing? No, it's not even funny. Well, it is to me because I do the same thing. Thank you. I do the same thing. I cannot remember which day of the week it is. A lot of the time on the lives, I'm always saying, what day is it today? I generally forget what day it is. It's just another day. And this is why I totally forget how it is. But how have you been? Hot Water, how are you? Greetings. Me either. What, forgetting the day of the week? Are you getting your symptoms from your other half? You're coming out in sympathy for her. Yeah, so we're just doing a connect and catch up and connect. How is everyone doing? So, Just Empress, you have the book, don't you? Have you started reading the book yet? Let me know if you started reading the book. Actually, if anyone's got the book, let me know how you're finding it. If you've read it, started reading it already, or you're yet to read it. So the book came out on the 22nd, and I've obviously read it. I have had feedback from it already, but it's really good. Really loved the karaoke night. Yeah, it was different, wasn't it? I think for me, the karaoke there's a lot of things going on because I was trying to ensure that everyone can see the lyrics. We will try it again. Not too sure when, but we will definitely try the karaoke night again. It was nice that people actually came up to the stage and sang. It was really nice. It was different. But yeah, we'll see if we're going to do that again sometime. But I don't know. I prefer the music, dance and laughter nights actually. Maybe because I'm just focusing on just playing one record after the other, or one record. Who calls them record? One one tune after the other. With the karaoke night, there was a lot of things going on. It was the first time I'd done that, so yeah, there was a lot of things going on. But yeah, welcome. I wanted to sing, but I didn't want to steal the night. Oh, please. Hot Water, why didn't you come up and sing? I'm sure you could have come up and sang. Definitely. Absolutely. So good evening, everyone. We are having a catch up and connect night tonight. We're going to have one this evening and one on Thursday. just to see how everyone is. Let me know how you are. If you are new to the community, welcome. And let me know if you're new, and let me know where you're from, where you are jumping in from. Didn't want to show anyone up, really. You mean show yourself up, right? That would have been show yourself up, right? I'm sure you can sing. I'm sure, absolutely sure you can sing. We could have done that. The next karaoke night, you can definitely come up and sing. Absolutely. How's everyone's day been? Hope you've all had a good day, and it still is having a good day. I'm a Barry White type singer. Oh, right. Okay. Hot water. Well, the next time we have a music, dance or laughter night, or a karaoke night, even better, you can come up and do your Barry White then. Definitely come up and do your Barry White. Yeah, but if anyone's got any questions around the menopause, we are just having a catch up. And next month is Wednesday, actually. Wednesday is the 1st of October. The months are going so quickly. So next month we are going to be doing it's actually menopause. There's a date, specific date, that there's a menopause day. I don't think it's for the whole of the month, a menopause day in October. But we are having our very first face-to-face Embracing Menopause event. It's happening in Sidcup. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. So that's going to be a day of lots of activities. It's a whole day. And we're going to be focusing on well-being. We're going to have some guest speakers. There's going to be a few activities. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. You'll see when you get there. That's if you join the community that day. My headaches have come back. Any advice? Your headaches. I would advise you, have you tracked your menopause? Because I talk about tracking your menopause all the time. And when I say track your menopause, I would suggest you track it to the point where you are recording everything that's unusual for you. So you've just said that you're having headaches. What type of headaches are you having? Because we have different types of headaches, don't we? Is it in the front of the head? Is it in the back? How long does it last? What's the intensity of it? On a scale of 1 to 5, if you want to use a scale of 1 to 5 or a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is your headache? How long does it last? So all things like this, these are all things that I suggest you will track on your during your menopause. So track as much information as possible, because if it's just a one-off headache, then you can dismiss that information. But if it's a regular thing, then you will get to know, once you're tracking your menopause, or your headaches in this case, you will know, you may be able to pinpoint what is actually causing them when they are occurring. Okay, is it that you haven't drunk enough water for the day? Is it that it could be something that you've had to eat that is causing your headaches? It's so many different things. So one thing I would suggest is to track your journey and document how your headaches are. And then you may be able to whittle down things are causing. Because I know, for example, if I don't drink enough water for the day, I am definitely going to have a headache. So I know I need my water intake to be... I drink lots of water for the day. Okay? But remembering, that's just for you. Do you have an app for that? No, I don't have an app. There are apps that are available. I've been told, I've been told that Flow is an app, but I believe Flow tracks the menstrual cycle. So if you can use an app, how I tracked my menopause was on in my phone and also on a sheet of paper. If you've got a diary, you might want to use your diary to track your menopause. I've got a menopause tracker. It's just 4 sheets over a period of 4 weeks. You can photocopy them much as you like, but no one really uses a lot of paper. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should take that back, because I still use a paper diary. I still need my paper diary. So between my diary and my phone and the sheets, then I can track. So you can track it down. You can jot it in your phone if you like. But I would always say, track your menopause. Track everything that is happening to you. If you wake up and you've got a twinge somewhere, is that normal for you? If it's not normal, track it. The same way I say to people, track and do food diaries, track every single thing. Because you know what, I'll be honest, it may not be nothing, but it may well be something. It may be important information that you can then hand over to your GP if you get to that stage where you need to see your GP about any symptoms you're experiencing. So track as much information as possible. Thank you for the roses, Just Empress. Track as much information as possible. So going back to your headaches, how long do your headaches last? How long have they been occurring? When did they start? Has it been a week? Has it been a day? Has it been 2 months? 2 months is a long time to be having headaches. So, if you are having them, if you've had them for the past week, then okay, front 9 and last 2 to 3 days, like every other week. Okay, so they're a regular thing. I would say, again, what's the intensity of them? Would you rate them 1 to 5? Out of 5 being the most excruciating, 1 being they're bearable. What would you rate them out of 1 to 5? And then I would go and see a GP. I would say to anyone, no matter what it is, whether it's menopause or anything else, if you are concerned about it, concerned enough, it doesn't fit right with you, it doesn't seem right, go and see your GP. Absolutely go and see your GP for some advice. I'm waiting for the doctor's referral. Hi, loving me. How are you? Doctor's referral, totally exhausted and also have headaches. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. I'm hoping that the doctor's referral comes through quickly for you. Sometimes I know we can wait a long time for GP referrals. And I'm hoping that things work out for you. But even with like things like headaches, there may be different factors. You may be tired. Is it a tired headache? Is it that you haven't had enough to eat? Is it that you've not had enough fluids? There could be so many factors. So what I'm saying is just document what's happening. Document what you're experiencing. And then you can go with that information armed to your GP, because when your GP starts saying, oh, you're solely this is so that, you can be specific in telling them what has been going on with you. And has your headaches been causing you to not be able to do your day-to-day normal things? Okay, so track all that information. So yeah, I hope that's helped. I think mine's maybe not eating enough. Okay, so you've already just ruled out not eating enough. Exactly. If you don't eat, our bodies need to be fueled. Okay, and I know a lot of the time, sometimes when we're eating, we may skip breakfast, we may skip lunch. Sometimes our body will respond to that, and it may be in the form of a headache. So this is why I'm saying to you, track it over a period of a few days and just try and identify what was going on when the headache occurred. Because it may well be, like you just said, it's because you may think that it's not because you're eating enough. Yeah? So try and eat a bit more and then see if the headache goes away or if the headache doesn't come back. Sleep is definitely a factor, but GP didn't seem concerned. Loving me. I'm not sure if the GP will be concerned about most things. If you are concerned about it, then that's when you need to start speaking up. If you're not doing this already, your GP needs to be given as much information as possible. And this is why I'm saying to document and jot down everything. It may seem trivial to you. It may seem silly that you're jotting this down. It doesn't matter. It absolutely matters when you are giving your GP information. You need to give them as much information as possible. And your sleep, if your sleep's being impacted, let your GP know how your sleep's being impacted. I'm only getting an hour sleep a night. I'm up during the rest of the night time, and I should be sleeping. Because of that, I'm not able to concentrate and focus on what I'm doing during the day. Everything like that. You may think it's trivial information, but it's really important for your GP to hear everything. So track as much as possible. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. No, I told him I wanted a referral to menopause clinic, which he's done. Oh, that's really good. That's really good, loving me. And it's good to hear that your GP has referred you to the menopause clinic, rather than telling you that, oh no, you don't need the menopause clinic, you're too young. So it's good to hear. There are some great GPs out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some fantastic GPs out there. And this is why I feel it's really important that being an advocate for ourselves is extremely important. And if you feel you cannot be an advocate for yourself, then get someone to come and support you. Not to come and take the whole conversation away, but just get a friend to go with you to an appointment so they can prompt you and support you in that way. So if an opportunity comes up, your friend can just mention to you, did you not want to ask the GP about at that point to support you? Okay. Being an advocate for yourself is so important. Welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome. If you are new to the community, welcome. Do let us know if you are new and where you are from. We have community ambassadors in the community. Just Empress is a community ambassador. Poetic Angel, Lulu, Samantha, and Claire. We have five community ambassadors. So feel free to reach out to them. Verona, welcome. Dorel, welcome. Lisa, welcome. Does anyone suffer with neck and joint pain when period is due? Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm sure everyone in the community, if they are experiencing neck and joint pain when period is due. As we're getting older, as we're getting wiser and more beautiful, us ladies, our hormones will start fluctuating, and things like joint pain, it can happen. And even prior to menopause, it can happen. Again, when it comes to things like joint pain, I would always suggest that you carry out a food diary. I feel that we sometimes don't recognize the impact of the food choices we make. We sometimes don't recognize that. And what we choose to eat will absolutely have an impact on our health. And that it can cause joint pain, things that we're eating. I'm actually going to be doing a live one evening on sugar and menopause. Just what sugar actually does to the body. And I'm not talking about natural sugars. I'm talking about refined sugars. I'm actually going to be doing a live on that one evening because I've been doing a lot of research. Those of you who know me in the community knows I'm a research girly, right? And I've been doing a lot of research on sugar. I've cut out sugar out of my diet probably about 5-6 years ago now. Don't get me wrong. I still have natural sugars. I have fruit, I have honey, there's things like that. But when you're talking about refined sugars, I don't have them. And it has made a massive difference in my ailments like joint pain. It has made a massive difference. But you've got to be consistent with it. And I know it takes time. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's journey is different. What I choose to do in my journey, I can recommend it to somebody else, but they're going to do it slightly different. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself compassion while you are navigating through this journey. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the likes. We're just having a catch up and connect this evening. That's what we're doing. And we're going to have one on Thursday as well. So yeah, and we've got a guest speaker on Sunday. So I would say just like things like food diaries. There are certain foods that we're eating as well. I've got some foods for menopausal. And do you know what? Putting even menopause aside, food regardless, because there's certain foods that are going to be beneficial for our health. Things like fatty fish, that's if you like fish, not everyone likes fish. Fatty fish, things like salmon, mackerel, sardines. They're rich in omega-3s and they support heart health and they reduce inflammation. They help to reduce inflammation. And we should try to, the suggested weekly intake for that is about 2 to 3 servings per week for the fatty fish. And servings are looking at about 100 to 150 grams. So that's what we're looking at. Things like soya milk, if you are, that's if you like soya milk. Tofu, those sort of things. I'm not a big fan of tofu, to be honest with you. So they're just finding some alternatives, soy foods and things like that. And leafy greens, spinach. There's going to be so many things. One thing I started eating recently, a lot more recently, was things like blueberries. So I just have a handful. If I do snack, I don't snack often, but if I do snack, I usually snack on berries and even cherry tomatoes. Not a lot, though. I snack on cherry tomatoes and things like that. I'm addicted to Maltesers, Jackie. You're addicted to them. So what? When you say you're addicted to them, do you have them every day? We always, we say that we're addicted to and we can't do that. I tell you, when you put your mind to something, you'll be surprised just what you can achieve. I am telling you, you will be surprised. So are you having Maltesers every single day? You got to be careful what you put out there in the universe. You saying you're addicted to. Now you've put it out in the universe. You can actually stop eating them if you wanted to. It takes a lot of willpower, doesn't it? And you know what? Even though I stopped eating things like chocolate and crisps, once in a blue moon, I will absolutely have a chocolate or some chocolate. And I enjoy it. I think the last time I had chocolate was probably about 12 weeks ago, maybe. I haven't had a chocolate since. But when I do have a piece of chocolate, I'm going to enjoy it. That's what I'm going to do. I know that for sure. So welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome to the live. We are just connecting and catch up. We'll catch up and connect this evening. Share bag a day. Oh, right. Okay. You eat a bag a day, a share bag a day. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of Maltesers. How about the next time when you go and eat a share bag, maybe eat a less than it, maybe a handful of Maltesers rather than the whole bag, if you can do that. I'm currently eating a homemade cheesecake. Oh, lovely. And do you know what? There's nothing wrong with eating things like cheesecake and sweets and chocolate. There's nothing wrong with eating things like that. That's what you like, that's what you like. I think sometimes we've just got to think about what could not possibly do that. Okay. Well then, do you know what? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. If you feel you cannot do it, enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up about it either. Do not beat yourself up about it. Just enjoy your Maltesers. Enjoy your Maltesers. You will stop eating them when you're ready. Or you will stop eating a whole share bag when you're ready. Yeah, that's it. I'm not claiming that. I'm not going to be saying to anyone, don't do this, don't do that. you know, you will do what you want to do. And you will, if you want to stop, you will stop when you're ready. No matter how much encouragement, you'll stop when you're ready. I do have to do better. I not need to reduce my sugar. Okay, loving me. So you know, that's what you're saying. You know that you have to do better. You have to reduce your sugar. You will reduce it how and when you want to. Steady, slowly but steady it may be. I know when I reduced my sugar, I just stopped. I literally just stopped taking sugar. Just like that. Would I recommend that to anyone? No, I wouldn't, because that's me. I'm just hardcore when it comes to things like that. I will say I'm going to do something and I will just do it, and I will just push myself to do it. That's how I am. I wouldn't expect anyone to do that. So if you're reducing sugar, maybe look at reducing it slowly but surely. So if you have, say, 4 teaspoons of sugar in your tea, maybe cut it down to 3.5. Just do it bit by bit. What works for you? You have to find out what works for you. Okay, so just Empress, you're saying no, you need to stop. You will stop when you're ready. You will absolutely stop when you're ready. That's what you will do. So if you keep eating those that shared bag of Maltesers, one day you may just turn around and just say, do you know what? This has got to stop. This is enough. And you will stop. That's what you'll do. Everyone will do it in their own time. So there is other things like blueberries. I mentioned berries, strawberries, raspberries. They are very good. They're antioxidant rich, and they support brain health and fights oxidative stress. So they're quite good. 3 to 4 servings per week. So that a serving is about half a cup, half to a whole cup. That's what there is. So you can do that on a weekly basis. I don't have sugar in my tea, but it's the snacking maybe. I'll swap out my snacks during the workday. And you know what? Loving me. You will do it when you're ready. You'll do it when you're ready. I mean, give yourself a pat on the back for not having sugar in your tea. If you used to have it before and now you're not having it, that's something to celebrate, right? That is absolutely something to celebrate. So, give yourself a bit of celebration there. Acknowledge that you've done well. And you'll start cutting out sugar as and when you are ready. When you're ready. What else is good? We've got berries. I said berries, whole grains, like that as well. Brown rice, oats, and whole wheat is good, because they're high in fiber. So they support digestion, blood sugar as well. They support keeping that low, and also heart health. So there's lots of foods that we eat. Pineapple's quite good as well. I'm just trying to remember the pineapple, what pineapple is good for. I'm going to check because I cannot, the brain fog is fogging. I feel so chilled this evening, so chilled and relaxed. Pineapple is good for, benefits. So pineapple benefits, and this is specifically for women. Okay, so pineapple offers women such a supportive bone and skin health, boosting immunity, aiding digestion and reducing inflammation. Okay, so that's due to its bromelain enzyme and providing essential nutrients like vitamin C, magnesium, and it supports hormone balance as well and overall wellness. So pineapples are good. I find that pineapples, if I eat too much, it strips my tongue. But actually, I noticed I ate quite a bit the other day. I tell you what, I was sharing on a live about my itchy skin. I had itchy skin. It was itchy, and I started eating. I went to the GP, got some cream. The cream wasn't working, and I started eating avocados, half an avocado a day, and I noticed by day, and this was religiously every single day, I ate half an avocado. If it wasn't with my meal, it was as a snack. I would just scoop it out of the skin and eat it. And I found that probably day 10, before then actually, I noticed a difference in the itching. And the itching's totally gone now. So I just eat half an avocado a day every day. I did have a whole one the other day. I just eat it every day because avocados are good for your skin. It's natural fats in there, so they're quite good. And if I'm not eating it, it's going as a face pack. So if you've got avocados, if you do like them, because you've got to like them to eat them, right? What I suggested, if you're not eating them and you don't like the taste of avocado, because not everyone likes the taste and texture, mash them up, particularly if they're going off, mash them up and use it as a face pack or use it as a body wash. Avocado on your skin. So you don't have to consume it, you can put it on your skin. So that's another alternative as well. So there's lots of different things. What else is there? There's nuts and seeds. That is quite good. Your nuts and seeds, things like almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, they're all good. They provide healthy fats and plant-based protein, which stabilize mood and support hormone health. So just a small handful, 5 to 7 times a week. So you really can eat those nuts and seeds every day. I think just actually use it as a snack. Have that as a snack is quite good. That's if you like nuts and seeds. And if you're not allergic to them, you can eat them. There's always going to be an alternative to things as well. So you're eating about 25 grams of those. Just a handful. Just a handful of nuts. I know, do you know what? I really love cashew nuts, and they're not, if you eat lots of them, it's not really good, but cashew nuts are quite nice. But definitely walnuts, Brazil nuts are good as well. Almonds, like I mentioned as well. What else is there? Avocados. See, avocados has come up on the list. Avocados rich in healthy fats. They support skin and hormone balance. And this is probably why when I started eating half an avocado a day, it was a large avocado though, I've got to tell you that. It wasn't the small ones. It was a large avocado. Half an avocado a day. I didn't have any salt on it or anything, but I don't put salt on my avocado anyway. I know some people like salt to taste. And my itching has gone, totally gone from the avocados. The cream that the GP prescribed me, did not work. Walnuts are good for brain function. Absolutely. Walnuts are good for brain function, loving me. They're shaped like the brain, aren't they, the walnuts? They do say those fruits and nuts and vegetables that are shaped like body organs are good for that part of the body. But yeah, walnuts are very good. I find that I can only probably eat about maybe 4 or 5 walnuts a day. Yeah, after I eat on the 5th one, it got a funny taste in my mouth. But yeah, walnuts are very good. So you got avocados, and your avocados 2 to 3 times a week. I know I said I eat mine every day, but I've just got into the habit of eating it every day now. So they're good for skin health. So I eat every day. Things like lentils, picked cheese, black beans is good as well. That's if you like them because they're high in fibre. And plant protein. And 3 to 4 servings per week. So let's say if a serving is something like, I don't know, servings for fish is about 100 to 150 grams. So we can use that one. I sometimes make a bolognese out of lentils and chopped walnuts. Really nice. Oh, that sounds very nice. That sounds really nice, loving me. I would have to try that. Definitely try that. Although I did have, do you know what? I had some apple crumble yesterday. It wasn't very sweet because sometimes apple crumble can be really sweet. And it had some nuts chopped up on it. And it was quite nice, actually. So I'll have to try that one for sure. Thank you for sharing that. Definitely bolognese with lentils and chopped walnuts. Sounds nice. Sounds nice. You got to be a fan of lentils though, right? You've got to be a fan of lentils. I've got to drink some water. What's the time? 26. Do you know, actually, what I didn't mention, I'm going to be giving away some tickets. So on the 20th, Monday the 20th of October, the community, the Menopause Wellness community, is going to be having their very first face-to-face event, Embracing Menopause event. It's going to be held in Sidcup. Sidcup is in between Kent and London. And I'm going to be giving away some tickets. I am going to be giving away some tickets for, what's today? Tuesday. On Thursday, I'm going to be giving away some tickets. So the event is an all-day event. About 10 till 3, the event is. We're going to be having lots of activities. We're going to be having guest speakers. Lots of things happening. So I'm going to be giving away tickets on Thursday. So if you are around on Thursday, if you know anyone around on Thursday, let them know I'm going to be giving away some tickets. And those of you who are as well, I don't know if you also know that the book finally has been published. It got published it was actually the 19th of September. It was supposed to be published on the 22nd, but it was published a few days early than scheduled. And the book is available now. So the book is available on Amazon. I don't know if I will get the book so you can see. So this is, oh gosh, here we go. Oh, this is a proof copy of the book here. Hot, Wise and Unapologetic. It's a journey through menopause with power and grace. So that book's available now. So I say to everyone that, do you know what? This book is going to be your companion. Definitely your companion. There are real life stories in there. Stories, real strength, real transformation. And you can write in this book as well. So there's a lot of spaces in there for your journal, reflection journal. There's self-care check-in spaces as well. There's stories as well as poems. There's also an area in the book on your symptoms. There's quotes in there. There's affirmations. There is an area about advocating for yourself. So give you some tips before you go to your GP. Why self-advocacy matters. All that information before your appointment, after your appointment, during your appointment. Lots of information in there. So you can just, and questions you might want to ask your GP or your consultant. There's journaling starters in there. There's a gentle reminder to yourself. And also there's, what I really love about the book, there's a symptom glossary in there. So it goes through lots of symptoms. It goes through, and it doesn't just tell you the symptom. It doesn't just say insomnia. It just gives a little blurb about what insomnia, how that would look. Bit of encouragement in there as well. It talks about heart and circulation, skincare, muscle, bones, joints. Intimacy as well, and vaginal health. It's so much information in here. And it also gives you, there's a page on support and guidance in there. And there's also a page for empowerment tools. So to support you. This book is all about embracing your menopause, embracing it. And it's not just for menopause warriors. It's for those soon-to-be warriors, those who are about to embark on their menopause journey. That's what the book's for. And it's all about empowerment. Okay, so that book is now available on Amazon. But it's been interesting. It's been really interesting to get some feedback, some reviews on it. Okay, let me see if we've got any comments, questions I've missed. Okay, nothing. Okay, that's good. Yeah, but so yes, I mean, if you know about Menopause Wellness Community, then you know how we operate. We are live Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. British summertime. And we're here just for an hour. We are literally here for an hour. And it's just all about coming together, supporting each other while we embrace this journey, because menopause isn't a joke. It isn't a joke. And it's a platform, it's a safe space to talk about your menopause. Safe space to talk about it. We do have Speak Your Truth segment as well. So if people want to come up and speak about their journey, ask questions, sometimes I will open up the platform. I generally open up the platform all the time, apart from our guest speaker events. So we're having a guest speaker on Sunday, so we won't have Speak Your Truth. If you're coming into menopause, do you have acne breakouts? Loz, hi, welcome to the community. You could have acne breakouts. Acne is one of the symptoms on the list. We have a list of probably 90 symptoms here that we have. And let me see, acne is one of them. So yes, it could be. If you are concerned about it, please go and speak to your GP. But acne can absolutely. The list here. We've got insomnia, palpitations, weight loss, hair loss, dry skin, muscle pain, vaginal dryness, hot flushes, low libido, anxiety, pain when you're being intimate, migraines, blood sugar spikes, brittle nails. We've also got acne, blood pressure dips, incontinence, depression, eczema, blood pressure spikes, vaginal atrophy. That's inflammation of the vagina, dizziness, fatigue, weight gain, panic attacks, joint pain, nausea. We've also got food cravings. So this is why a lot of the time we crave for things like sugar or crave for any other foods. Food cravings, breast pain, extra heavy periods, forgetfulness, lack of concentration, shortness of breath, unpleasant body odour, tingling hands, tingling feet, severe cramping, increased body hair, breast changes, skin sensitivity, numbness to hands, numbness to feet, extra long periods, depth perception issues. So that could be walking into the door. You know that something is there, but your depth perception is messing you up. Paranoia, constipation, bowel issues, fluid retention, clumsiness, underarm odour, blurry vision. That's quite a common one. Chills, voice pitch changes. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, my voice is a lot deeper than it usually is. Loss of bone density, irregular heartbeat, difficulty swallowing, back pain, indigestion, bleeding gums, crawling skin, irritability, bad breath, aching teeth. Do I go on? Frequent urination, high libido, frequent UTIs, facial hair, dry mouth, dry tongue, excessive mucus, incontinence back there, bloating, itching, tinnitus, this is ringing in the ears, worsening allergies, so your allergies get worse, or you can all of a sudden just start having allergies when you've never had them before. Irregular periods, vertigo, gum pain, brain fog, dry eyes, psoriasis, thrush, flooding, acid reflux, rage, burning tongue, brittle or dry hair, a metallic taste in the mouth, vaginal itching, I think it's called rosacea. I think I'm pronouncing that incorrect actually. That is your skin condition, chronic skin condition. Electric shocks, restless legs, pins and needles, random tears, metabolism changes. You see, all these things are under perimenopause and menopause symptoms. And I'm sure there's a heck more out there than what I've just read out. I know there's a lot more. I went walking with my husband today, and my husband's so used to this now. I went walking with my husband. We go for walks on a regular basis. And I went walking with him, and for no apparent reason, I started walking into him. I was walking to the left. He was on the left of me. I started walking to the left into him. So he just walks further away on the path now, because walking sideways is a thing. That's how I walk. I walk sideways. And it's for some reason for the last couple of weeks, it's been quite bad that I cannot walk straight. I am literally walking to the side, whether it's my left or my right. I'm walking to the side and I'm walking into people. That is a thing. So I'm sure there is a lot more symptoms than I've just read out. Absolutely. Leg cramps are the worst. Oh my goodness me. User 687, leg cramps. They're horrible. But I found out, and this is why I encourage you to track your symptoms, because I found out my leg cramps are due to lack of water. So you see, if I don't drink enough water during the day, I guarantee you I'm going to get leg cramps. So I make sure I up the water intake. So this is why I'm saying track your symptoms, track what's going on, what you doing, what have you last, when did you last eat, when did you last have fluid intakes, all those things. Because once you track over a period, even if it's a week, if you cannot manage longer than a week, I always suggest 7 days tracking. If you can't do 7 days, do 5. And once you do those 5 or 7 days tracking, you can actually look at the information that you have in front of you and start identifying any trends. That's what you can do. So that's how I identified that my cramps were due to lack of water. It may be something else to someone else, but that's how I identified what my issue was, my cramps, the water. But yeah, I totally agree with you. The leg cramps are not nice. They're not nice at all. And as well, our body needs to move. Even when we're sitting down, if we're sitting down for long periods of time, I was trying to just raise my legs and just rotate my feet, and just try and move that way. Is hating hearing your husband breathe. Yeah, do you know what? Just Empress. Oh my goodness me. I hear you. I hear you and understand you, because there are times when I wake up and I don't want to hear anyone. I don't want to see anyone, and I don't want to smell anyone. And I totally get you, and I chuckle about it because I understand you. You don't want to hear him breathe. I know. I hear you. And sometimes that's when we wake up and we just don't feel like that. Sometimes we wake up and we're feeling low and we just feel upset for no reason, or we can't, not for no reason, because there is a reason, right? It's our hormones. But we're feeling upset. We may feel angry. We may feel like we don't want to get up and do anything that day. This is all part of our journey. It's absolutely all part of our journey. And sometimes, you know what? It's not nice. Would you rather not have the menopause? Absolutely. I'd rather not have the symptoms. And you know what? I was at first, before I went and studied and done a lot of research, because those of you who don't know me, okay, I don't know if you've caught my name. My name's Jackie. I'm actually, hi Claire. I'm actually a menopause wellness practitioner, and I'm also a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. And how I got into that was that I was going through my menopause at the age of 42. And at 42, the reason why I knew I was going through the menopause was because I started experiencing night sweats. Now, the night sweats were so bad that I would wake up in the middle of the night and change my bedding. Change my night clothes. That's how bad it was. Hi Claire, how are you? Claire is another one of our community ambassadors. So give Claire a high five. Okay. So as I was saying, I went to my GP probably about a few months into this night sweats. And hi Valerie, newbie here. Welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying the conversation. So I went to my GP and I said to my GP, I really think I'm going through the menopause. Do you know, he looked at me and he said, don't be silly. You're too young. That was at 42. Bearing in mind, we have in the community a 29-year-old who is going through her menopause. Okay. One size does not fit all. Anyway, my GP said, no, don't be silly. You are too young. Okay. I listened to my GP. I respected my GP at that point because he went and studied more years than I did, right? So he should know. Okay. I walked away. Then what happened? Months later, probably a year a bit later, the night sweats were still heavily there. What happened? The night sweats then invited hot flushes to the party. So there was night sweats and hot flushes now that I had to be dealing with. I was experiencing this and it wasn't nice. And there was all these other little things that were coming. And so I went back to my GP again. And my GP said for the second time, no, don't be silly, you're too young. Okay. I felt, looking back at the time, I felt that I wasn't very good at advocating for myself. Thank you. I wasn't very good at advocating for myself. And again, for the second time, I walked away from my GP. I don't know. I don't even remember how long it was. Bearing in mind, okay, I was in perimenopause for 10 years. 10 years of perimenopause. So in that time, I went back to my GP again. And this time, I felt a bit more confident and I put my foot down and I said, I know I'm going through the menopause. I need confirmation of it. Can I just not get a blood test? Okay. So he gave me a blood test. The blood test came back showing that I wasn't menopausal. So it was at that point where I said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going to forget about the GP. I walked away from that GP and I just said, I'm just going to educate myself a bit more about my own body. So that's where I started my journey. I started educating myself and then I went and studied to be a menopause wellness practitioner, as well as a nutrition and menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. And that's how it all started. And you know, until today, my GP has not got on record that I'm actually menopausal. It's not on record because I've not gone back and told my GP. So it doesn't actually state on my records at the GP surgery. I've gone through perimenopause. I had 10 years of perimenopause. Then the menopause. Now remember, the menopause is actually 1 day. After perimenopause, I went through 12 months. 12 consecutive months of no menstrual cycle. Actually, what happened was I went from month 1 to month 5 with no cycle. Then month 6, I had a cycle. And then month 7, I started counting back at month 1. So you have to go through 12 months, 12 consecutive months. GPs are the worst. Do you know what, Debbie? There are some great GPs out there. They're few and far between. I would absolutely agree with that. They're few and far between. But I feel that, do you know what? As women, we need to be an advocate for ourselves. I have been to the GP in the past and said to my GP, I can actually feel my ovaries throbbing. Do you know what he said to me? Don't be silly. You can't feel your ovaries throbbing. Well, how are you telling me that I am the pain that I'm feeling, that you're telling me that I'm not feeling it? So I feel that we just, we need to be stronger advocates for ourselves. Don't let anyone tell us that that's not what we're feeling. If we're feeling pain, that's what we're feeling. Only we know what we're feeling. Yeah. So going back and being a stronger advocate for yourself is absolutely important. Absolutely important. And if you feel you can't do that, as I said, get someone to come and tag team with you. That's what you can do until you feel that you can be a lot stronger for yourself. So yeah, on record, my GP does not know that I am menopausal. I would say, remember, 12 consecutive months of no cycle. And then on the 12th month, that's your menopause. And then the day after, you're now in post-menopause. Now, people ask me all the time, when does the menopause stop? If you research post-menopause, it may state it, depending on where you find the information from, because it's really important we go to a reliable source to get our information. It may state that post-menopause is the end of the menopause. Please don't take that as gospel. What happens in post-menopause, I've been post-menopause probably 4 or 5 years now, maybe longer. I'll have to check my diary. Post-menopause, it's not necessarily the end of the menopause. For some women, symptoms stop and disappear. For others, like myself, symptoms remain. My symptoms have remained, but they have become less. However, This summer, my brain fog got worse because the summer can absolutely exacerbate some symptoms. Things like brain fog, things like hot flushes, concentration. All those things, the summer months can make it worse than it is. Okay? Also walk so side. Oh, yes, loving me. You're part of the crab team, right? We're in the community. We have a joke about walking to the side. Team crab. You are definitely team crab. Yeah, and it's horrible when you are out in public and you start walking to one side into people. It's not nice at all. You know, I remember once I stepped out of my car and I thought I was walking. I could not walk straight for the life of me. I was walking to the side. It is. My husband just says to me it's the menopause, so he just gets out of my way now. He's used to me walking sideways. So yeah, just being an advocate for yourself is so important. But I would say to you, those of you who don't know, this is a book, The Menopause Wellness Community. This is our first published book. It's now available on Amazon. It is your companion. It is absolutely your companion. I'm telling you now, something in this book is going to resonate with you. I am telling you, something in this book will resonate with you. Okay, so go and get yourself a copy. Go and absolutely get yourself a copy. Remember, it's not just a book. This is your companion. You're going to pick up that pen and start writing in it. There's areas in it for you to write, journal, make notes, everything. It's in there. Okay, is hating hearing your husband. Oh, I heard that one. Well, it could be because it's something that is annoying to you, right? It's not on the list. Maybe it should be on the list. So when does it end and the new normal begin? So loving me, I just mentioned about when does it end. Once you're in post-menopause, you're in post-menopause for the rest of your life. So as I said, for some women, those symptoms will disappear. Other women, symptoms will remain. So I just mentioned about my symptoms are still there. I just know how to manage them a lot better than I used to. So rather than them turning me insane, I know how to manage them. But it's been trial and error. It is absolutely trial and error. And this is why I say menopause is a journey in itself. Trying to identify what works for you, okay, what works for you is going to be a trial and error. That is a whole different journey. And do not beat yourself up about things not working. Okay, some people do the natural remedies route. I chose natural remedies rather than HRT. I'm not a HRT girly. There's lots of HRT women in the community that they share their story. Sometimes a HRT has worked for them. That's fantastic. Other people have shared their stories and said HRT has not worked for them at all. One size does not fit all. So it's a journey inside a journey to find out what works for you. But give yourself grace and compassion because sometimes it can take a while to find out what works for you. Should definitely be on the list, Jackie. I know it should be on the list, Just Empress. It should absolutely be on the list. We are all here to support. Absolutely, Claire. We are all here to support each other. And this is why I set the Menopause Wellness Community up. Because like myself, I felt very alone in my menopause journey. Like I said just now, my GP does not know that I have gone through perimenopause, I've hit the menopause, and I'm now in postmenopause. That is not on my health records at my GP. They don't know. Because the last 3 times I went to see them, I got told to go away, I'm too young, and no, the blood test does not show that you are menopausal. Unfortunately, sometimes the blood test is not reliable. So my GP doesn't know. So I felt very alone. So this is another reason why I set the Menopause Wellness Community up. So we can come together and support each other, right? I'm just rolling with the punches. And sometimes we've got to roll with the punches, haven't we? But we definitely, do you know what? I would say, like Loving Me mentioned, the new beginning. You know what? When you go through menopause and you start to embrace your journey, You find yourself, you find a new you. You absolutely start finding a new you. You really do. And it's going to be different for everyone. It's going to be very different for everyone. Thank you for the follows. Thank you, Faye. The follows and the likes and the gifts have not gone unnoticed. Thank you very much. I feel like I've been chatting away this evening. Do you know my granddaughter told me yesterday? She's only 4. She said to me, "Grandma, you talk too much." 4 years old, and she told me I talk too much. But we're going to keep on talking. Thank you very much. So if you are, this is why we're here. We're supporting each other all the time. Absolutely all the time. Thank you, Just Empress. I see the time. Wellness Coach, how are you? I hope you're well. Yeah, so we're back on Thursday and we're going to do another check-in and catch up and connect. And on Sunday, we have a guest speaker talking about motivation and mindset. We're going to talk about motivation and mindset because does our mindset, how our mindset is, does it help us to be motivated? Does it even help us navigate through our journey a bit better? Yeah, so we're going to be talking about all those things on Sunday. I personally feel your mindset, this is what I'm always saying in the community, be careful what you speak into the universe. Be careful what you speak into the universe. Like Just Empress said earlier on, I'm addicted to Maltesers. You've just now put this in the universe. And now you're going to always think that you are addicted to it. Is that going to be something that is going to be a challenge for you to try and give up? It's like someone saying you're broke. I'm broke. I'm always broke. We're now putting that into the universe. You're always going to probably feel that you are broke. And you're always going to probably never have any money in your hand because you're speaking it into the universe. That's why I always say, I don't like the word suffering. Personally, I don't like the word suffering. I just don't like that word. Be mindful what we speak into the universe. We are absolutely going to embrace our journey. We're absolutely going to take back control. And we're absolutely going to be a new us. We're gonna find a new you. Find a new you. Okay? That's what we're going to be doing through this journey. Yes, we are going through changes. Absolutely, Wellness Coach. Yes, we are going through changes. Okay? They are these changes that we are going through in life. Do we want them? Not really. However, they're here. We are going to embrace them. Okay? And we're going to take back control. This is why this book is here. This is what the book's going to help you with. Definitely. Remember, those of you who just joined, remember, get this book. This is our Menopause Wellness Community book. There are menopause warriors in here. One of these stories, one of these poems are going to resonate with you. I am telling you, they're going to resonate with you. Okay? The book is going to be something that you can write in and journal, things like that. Raven Journey, welcome. Adaptation, embrace, and certainly take back control. Absolutely. Do you know what? And I'm telling you, through my perimenopause, through my menopause, and now in postmenopause, listen, I'm loving myself even more right now. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely loving myself even more right now. And I give myself grace. I give myself, as I said earlier on, I stop eating sugar, I stop eating chocolates, I stop eating crisps. But you know what? If I want to have a chocolate, if I want to have some crisps, I'm going to have it. And I'm not going to beat myself up about it either. Okay? I'm not going to beat myself up about it either. This is what we're going to do. Finding a whole new you. It's absolutely amazing. Okay? Some of these symptoms, they're not nice. They are absolutely not nice. But there's going to be a way around it. Absolutely a way around it. Yeah? Journey. Remember your menopause journey. Remember your journey to find something that works for you. One size does not fit all. And I'm always saying in the community, if someone in the community is giving you a suggestion to try something and you think, oh, I'm going to try it, go ahead and try it. However, please remember, if you've got a health condition or if you are on any medication, you may need to go and speak to your GP before you try something new. I would not want to hear that you tried something new for the first time and it impacted on your health or impacted on your medication that you're taking. Okay, so trial and error, one size does not fit all. Okay, implementation of new remedies that work for you. Exactly, something that works for you. And the thing is, you don't know what's going to work for you until you try it, right? One thing I would say, get to know, if you don't know already, get to know your body. Absolutely get to know your body. Our body will tell us, what is going on. If something doesn't feel right for our bodies, this is why our body gives us signs. It will give us signs. It will give us signs. It will have symptoms because something isn't right. And sometimes, for some reason, we choose not to listen to our bodies. We choose to ignore the symptoms we are experiencing. Why do we do that? So it's really important to tune into your body. When you try something new, if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. If it's making you feel tired, if it's making you feel ill, if it's making you feel, giving you a dry tongue, there's a reason. Take note of it. Make a note of it. Okay? Something's not right. Listen to your body. Would you recommend implementing one change at a time to see what is working? Absolutely, loving me. Because sometimes when we try and do too many things at once, I may take 5 different supplements. How do I know if it's for the first time I'm taking them? How then do I know which one is going to be working well? So definitely, that is a very good suggestion. Take one at a time and give it time. When you let's say you start taking a new supplement, take it for a period of like 2-3 weeks. Monitor it. Is it working for you? Thank you very much for the heart me. Is it working for you? But I tell you what, one thing as well. Please, 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 I encourage everyone, if you are taking something, be consistent in taking it. Remember, I just shared with you about the avocado I was eating. Half an avocado a day. By day 8 or 10, my itching disappeared. I now just implement and have another half an avocado every day, or a whole avocado, just every day. If not every day, at least every other day, I will eat an avocado. My itching has gone completely, absolutely gone. Okay, so being consistent in what we're taking is so important as well. There's no point taking it for a week and taking it on day 1 and then forgetting it day 2 and day 3 and then taking it day 4 and forgetting day 5 and 6 and then the second week saying, this don't work for me, I'm going to stop taking it. You haven't taken it because you've not been committed to it. So it's really important to be committed to what you are doing. Okay, to identify that it works for you. So yes, loving me, that is a good choice to use it. Do one at a time and just make notes of it. Consistency, absolutely, Raven Journey. Consistency is key. Consistency is key with everything we do. I'm telling you, and I'm sure a lot of you know this. I'm sure all of you know this. Consistency. If you're not consistent and showing up for yourself, what the heck? What are we doing? Thank you. Just Empress. Okay, so look, one of my community ambassadors has just reminded me the time, and we finish at 9 o'clock. We are literally here just for an hour, and it's coming up to 9 o'clock now. I'm going to close the live. 2 ways I close the live. The first way, I'm going to send a virtual hug to everyone. Thank you for coming to the community. If you are not a community member already and you'd like to be a community member, all you need to do is just follow and you are a community member. We are here Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. British summertime, just for 1 hour. There's lots of other things going on in the community. Just can look on the post, look on the page, and I post up most things that is happening and let you know that way as well. And the last thing I always say, that when I finish the live, if you do feel alone, remember you're not alone, okay? If you do feel alone, please reach out to someone who you feel safe to speak to, someone that will listen, and most importantly, someone that will understand. If not me, someone else. But stay safe, everyone. Have a blessed evening, and I will see you all on Thursday. All right then, bye.